Hi, Dudley Tal Stokes, LCP, and welcome to this, the first of our three-part presentation on the principles of life. So this I developed from my experience in the Army in another life with the principles of war and adapted that to everyday living. And to be clear, these principles are best applied after we have the basics, which we've been speaking to you about from LCP, on our basic vitamin and mineral supplementation, diet, water, exercise, mental exercise. When we have these basics put in place, we'll be much better able to execute these principles and live by them. They are simple and inexpensive, effective and sustainable. So it meets our criteria of CS. There is a master principle and 9 others. And there's a good acronym of MOS-SEFCA for the 9 other principles. But the master principle is the selection and maintenance of aim, followed by maintenance of morale. Offensive action, surprise, security, concentration of force and the economy of effort, flexibility, cooperation, and administration. So today we deal with the first two, the most important, selection and maintenance of aim and the maintenance of morale. Selection and maintenance of aim, the master principle, and this is all about our purpose. And as such is very fundamental to how we are. You're going to have to be at a point in your life where you do have a certain amount of maturity. You begin to feel your mortality and realize that there is an end game and start to think about how you would like to end it. And the best way I've found to do this is to stand in the result. That is to imagine where you would like to be at or near the end of your active, useful life. I have some thoughts about the place I'd like to be. Debt-free, owning a house, owning a car, children college educated, no student loans. But those are the kind of things. Just imagine what the end game looks like. And then you ask yourself, so what? So what? And that will bring you back to the present. And you start thinking about how to get there. And first you establish a direction. Where am I now? You work on your personal compass. For some people, this may mean turning your life around. For many of you, you'll be pointed in roughly the right direction. And we'll be able to set goals. So we break down to smaller, achievable goals that we can see to start. Every journey begins with the first step. Do not try to plan your entire life. You need to just look to the next rise, to where you can actually see and start going there. So I need to have a better education. I need to improve my education. I need to do some online courses. I need to sign up at the local college. Always put a timeline on your goals. That's what makes a wish a goal, is a timeline. So then you take the next step. You do something, see the result. You continue or you change. But you need to spend time acting, review your actions and review your aim, but regularly, annually, or I prefer the quad, that's every 4 years, just like the Olympic Games and the Football World Cup, where you take some time to think about and to adjust, if it's necessary, your aim. But it's important to act, to do things, to make a move, and you plan your moves far less frequently. A lot of people end up planning all sorts of things which never get done. The next step checklist, again, something I've drawn from the Army, known as an orders group, but it's how elements of an army down to the smallest level actually get things done. Firstly, assess the ground. That's where you are. You might be living in your parents' house, sharing a room with a sibling, where your work is, where your school is, You might be driving a delivery truck or driving a car part-time, but the ground is the actual physical circumstances of where you are and where you need to be in order to achieve your goal. And your situation is what's going on where you are. What's the economic situation, what's the hiring situation, is what's your financial situation. Anything that will impact on pursuing the goal, you put down in situation. Then you set your mission. Now, your mission is easy to think about, it's easy to imagine, but you need to crystallize it by writing it down in 1, maximum 2 sentences. If you cannot distill it to 1 or 2 sentences that give you a clear, good idea of what it is, it's not a mission. It's just a hairy wish. So, write down your mission. And then your execution. You start looking at your mission in the context of the ground and the situation, and you start planning the steps on how to do it. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, until you get there. Command and control. If you are like I've been for most of my life, a one-man show, this part is easy. It's just you. But this includes bringing on board the resources that you need. Whether you're going to ask a friend to help you, or you're going to maybe spend a little money and hire somebody to do something. That's kind of stuff. What are the resources you need? What is the organization you need to make to achieve your goal? Who are they, where they are, and how you're going to influence and control them. And then service support. These are the things that you need to get it done. You might need a laptop if you're doing an online course. You need pencils, rubber. You need a gym outfit, it's workout related, whatever. Your service support. You make a list of that right here. And now you're ready to go. You have to rally your support from your family, your friends, mentors. Mentors are very important. These are folk who can help you to achieve your goals. They have more experience than you usually, and they also have connections in the area. What they need is an interest in your situation. So mentors have to be courted. You have to convince a mentor to want to help you to achieve your goal. And to do this, you need to identify potential mentors, and then you need to pursue them and put yourself out there and get them to buy into you as an individual and what you're doing, and then help you along. Maintenance of morale. So I've recently completed an online course on happiness by a girl called Laura Santos out of the University of Yale, and it was a course. I learned quite a few things. It was well worth my time, a good course, but I still don't understand happiness. And I don't really consider myself to be a happy person, and I do believe that happiness is overrated. Morale is what you need, not happiness. It's not a feeling. It's not a state of your conscious mind. Meaning it's not something that you think about and feel good about and then you get going. And it's not related to good or worthy pursuits like saving the planet. A lot of people who have done a lot of bad stuff have had high morale. There's a deep-rooted desire somewhere between the unconscious and the amygdala, which is referred to as the lizard brain, which is instinctive, which causes one to take action against all odds. It's grounded in emotions and hopefully corralled by clear thinking. That's how we avoid becoming one of the evildoers with high morale. But it is something that's grounded in your deep, basic emotions, and it allows for extraordinary acts of daring or sacrifice. Michael Jordan's documentary, The Last Dance, came out earlier this year. So Michael Jordan won 6 titles in 11 seasons. He won every championship series he ever played in, and he holds every major playoff statistic. And this is going on 30 years. But it took him 5 seasons to win his first championship. And all the years he was winning, he was living. He brought intensity to training every day. He had his aim selected and he maintained it. day in, day out for those 5 years. And it became so much a part of him that it went beyond to the 6 years. And if you look at his life now, it's still going. So that is morale, the will to live all the time pursuing your aim. Deeply held beliefs, convictions, commitments, and you have to get it, nurture it, feed it, and maintain it. So what? Well, two principles that set the foundation: selection and maintenance of aim, maintenance of morale. Both require detailed work on yourself, and we can help you through with our more personalized programs. Next time we're going to look on 4 follow-on actions: offensive action, surprise security, and concentration of force. So thank you very much. Dudley Tal Stokes. Hope you found us on Patreon and you're a supporter, helping us to turn out our presentations and our videos and convey our tools and techniques for sustained peak performance. And see you soon.